Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Reach coming to you here with the rumors of WrestleMania 32 and the 3 matches that Undertaker could be facing in. I thought that, honestly, when it came down to it, I thought that Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar was going to take place at WrestleMania 32, but definitely you can see that they're going to be doing the match at Hell in the Cell 2015. I don't know of a lot of ways you can have a Hell in the Cell match and still be able to continue on a feud. I know that they have done this in the past, like Ryback versus CM Punk was forced to be done in a Hell in the Cell for the first match between the two guys because of the Hell in the Cell gimmick name of the pay-per-view. They couldn't really have a Hell in the Cell pay-per-view without having a Hell in the Cell match, and it was the biggest match with the biggest feud on the card. Definitely John Cena's injury threw a lot of things into the trash can that year, but they were able to pay off. They were able to have a good match. Some people think of that as a way that Ryback really lost a lot of steam in WWE, losing his first match. I think that, hell, you go into a Hell in the Cell and you go at it and you have a chance to win the championship. If you lose it, you live to fight another day. But I don't think that Ryback lost all that steam until he lost to Henry at WrestleMania 29. I think that's really when he lost it. But getting back on track, the three big matches that Undertaker could be involved in doesn't involve Sting, which honestly really does surprise me at this point. But I think with Sting's age being at 56 and Undertaker, I think at 52, but I'm not 100% sure on Undertaker's age. I apologize. Maybe just Vince McMahon doesn't think of putting guys with a combined age over 100 into the ring is possibly the best idea that he could do. It reminds me a lot of that, Twitter picture that was going around during WrestleMania 29 time when they put Rock and Cena together, when they, put Rock and Cena, 45, basically happening at, WrestleMania 75, way down the road, and they took the pictures of Cena and Rock and made them look really old, and they were all, we're going to get it on one more time. That's what it makes you think of. But definitely, they've got 3 matches for The Undertaker at WrestleMania 32. The 3 matches are against Seth Rollins, Braun Strowman, or John Cena. I'll start off first with John Cena because this is the match that I've honestly been pushing for a long time, and definitely a lot of people have thought of WrestleMania 32 as the retirement match of John Cena, and definitely if the streak was involved, John Cena going up against The Undertaker would quite possibly be one of the biggest matches of all time. Definitely, we haven't seen this match since, I believe, 2002 when John Cena wasn't even really John Cena. He was a guy on SmackDown. It was a part of the, SmackDown, was it the Ruthless Aggression era? No, that wasn't it, but what was the name of that they always, would bring in new guys from developmental? They were giving guys a new chance, and they had some gimmick name for it. I can't really remember it, but Cena fought himself up to being the #1 contender to go after Undertaker. I think it was even the main event of the show. Cena lost the match to The Undertaker and then basically fell off the face of the earth until he came up with the rapper gimmick, being on the Halloween show dressed as Vanilla Ice. And it was one hell of a rehab for John Cena because I don't think he was going anywhere if it wasn't for just that one moment of him being on that show and someone giving him the chance to rap on that Halloween show. I think this quite possibly, if the streak was still intact, could quite possibly be one of the biggest matches in WWE history. But with no streak and Undertaker's age, Cena versus Taker almost seems like it's just Cena versus Taker. But definitely when we've seen matches like Rock versus Hogan, both of those guys had lost in their time. Hogan was definitely past his prime, and that was looked at as one of the greatest WrestleMania moments of all time. If you watch that match with the sound, it's one of the greatest WWE matches of all time. If you watch it with the TV on mute, it's just the match. The crowd made it, and it definitely was a moment that everybody remembers in WrestleMania history. I think Cena versus Taker really could deliver, but Rollins definitely being the #1 heel in the company going up against Taker. I don't know what happens if maybe the Authority crosses Taker at Hell in the Cell and sort of takes Brock Lesnar's side, and that's why Taker decides to go after Rollins. I don't know how you put this match together, other than maybe Undertaker saying that he's going to fight for his friend Sting, and Rollins is the guy that injured him, so now he's going to take him to hell, or maybe hell. Maybe this is why they're doing Rollins versus Kane. Maybe Rollins is going to take Kane out again, and Undertaker has to come back and fight for his brother, and they do have a plan. The match that really makes you scratch your head of, what the hell are they doing? It's Undertaker against Braun Strowman. This guy just debuted a few weeks ago. He wrestled in his first match on Monday Night Raw against Dean Ambrose. He wrestled in his first pay-per-view in that 6-man tag with Jericho and Rollins and Reigns. No, not Rollins. Ambrose and Reigns. I apologize. But this is way too fast for this guy. This quite possibly could be a horrible... This is like taking Undertaker back to the Giant Gonzalez days. Basically when Undertaker's job was to fight these big guys that would come in with really no real ground in the wrestling business, no real formal training, not really living up to the hype that they should have been in, and the match is just falling flat and not delivering. How the Undertaker was never held accountable for this, I'm not sure, but he's a guy that's gone through the test of time. He's one of the fan favorites of the WWE, and I think people really love seeing him. But definitely, the match at WrestleMania 30 and the match at WrestleMania 31 fell flat in my book. And how they're going to be able to put this guy out there and be able to try and have a good match with this guy, definitely 3 WrestleManias in a row not delivering the Undertaker matches of just a few years ago. It's the point where even if Undertaker says he's not retired, you force this guy into retirement. I was really hoping that WrestleMania 32 was going to be Undertaker's Hall of Fame, but it looks like maybe this will just be Undertaker's retirement match, and we'll put him in the Hall of Fame at 33, I guess.